going on, guys? It's been a little while. So I haven't been making too much progress on the Celica. Last thing I did was obviously took the engine out and cleaned the bay up. I still have a little bit more to do with that, the chassis wise, but I recently got my other project here. I have a notch back. I got that back from tuning probably a couple weeks ago. So I still need to do a couple things on that. And that's what I've been kind of focusing on, just to get it out of the way so I can tuck it away and kind of move the Celica in and get it going. But in the meantime, I found an engine for it through a friend of a friend. So let me show you what I got here. So here it is. Not my first pick, but the availability of it and the price, I think, was a determining factor. And so this is Beam's engine, of course. If you guys know or not, many of you may know because you are interested in selling this. It's a very common swap for the first gens. It's out of a Lexus. I believe it's IS 250, maybe 200. I don't know, IS 250. I don't know too much about these because I didn't really want to put one of these in. So I started doing a little research, and it seems like this is probably the best fit for, you know, what I'm doing or the end result, instead of putting some crazy engine in where there's like a ton of fab work. There's so much support on these as far as like cross members and steering stuff, right? To put everything in that and parts available to put anything. You don't have to fab anything. So that being said, I think that this is what we're gonna do. So let me tell you a little bit about this. This engine was local, like right down the road from my house. One of my friends mentioned that one of his buddies had it and it was just sitting there. So I was interested, I called him up, I went to take a look at it. It was stupid cheap and it came with everything. Engine tray, ECU, everything I need. Of course, mounts, I'll have to get those, and obviously a couple other things. Let me think. The only thing that was wrong with that, which I shouldn't have to think about that, is the cylinders are all down on compression, and I think they're like 120. It's not really turning fast. 120. And from what I've read, they're supposed to be 185-ish. They're supposed to be way higher. So anyway, what this needs is probably a rebuild on the block, maybe new rings, you know, and or just rings. So what I'm gonna do today is kind of dissect this, take everything apart, take a look at it, and see what I got, because I have no idea. But I do know there's a shit ton of oil in the intake, which could mean bad news. So I'll take everything down, take the head off, and see what we got, see what we're working with. This will be getting a new bottom end, so I may change the pistons so we can change the compression if we want. And I also am going to do ITBs, different manifold. So I think that we will be maybe 200, 250 horsepower. I don't know. Another thing about these is there's 5 generations for them. This is obviously the Gen 1, which is, again, not the ideal. The Gen 1 has the lowest compression. I think it's 8.5 to 1. While moving up 2, 3, 4, 5, I think they have 11.5 to 1 is the 5th gen. Let's go ahead again and we'll tear it down and see what we got. Okay. Pretty wet. A lot of carbon buildup. Cylinder 2 looks pretty wet. So definitely hurt. I want to show you guys something here. So if your engine oil is red, that means it's automatic transmission fluid, which makes it thicker inside, obviously, and makes your rings, seat, Intel makes your compression test awesome. I'm not sure if that's the case here. It does kind of look red, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna drain it and then see what we got. That's like a trick for all engine importers. They all do that. And apparently all engines that you buy from Japanese importer have 60,000 miles on them and have more than 100% compression test is met. So yeah. I have a feeling this engine was sitting for quite a while and needed an oil change. That's really... That's on that time, so. So the intake manifold is off. See that? I'm not too excited about that. Can't really see it. There you go. So I got some rust in there. That one would have to be replaced, I'm sure. This is cylinder 2. And then cylinder 3, same thing. Doesn't look awesome. Still haven't pulled anything off though. I want to pull the head off and see what's going on really. This is the first one. Yeah, this is not too bad, but this is definitely rocked. I'm not excited about that. I'm not excited about this either. You see that one? Or this one. But no problem. We will change what we gotta change. To take the belt off here, you would loosen this here, loosen the tensioner bracket, and since this nut is all stripped, you would push this up to push this up here and take tension off. Then you slide your Allen key in there and it would hold it, and that would loosen your tension. Since this is all stripped, I guess we're gonna play it the other way. So I went ahead and took the valve covers off. Try to take a look in here. Looks pretty clean, although you really can't tell until you get everything off, obviously. I was just gonna take the head off from here, but the cams are in the way. So we'll take those out and then we'll take the head off. I think these are on here a little tighter than they should be. These are only 10 mil bolts. So on the GTR I have over there, I did the head, new valve seals and everything. And these bolts are torqued to like, I think it's like 8 foot-pounds. Gotta be well over 30, 40, maybe more. Me not knowing shit about this engine, that's how they could be, but for a 10 mil bolt this small, I don't know. There you go, over tightened. I knew it. You can tell they're like, got some aluminum in there. Sick. Yeah, these are. Hopefully we're not too far gone inside the head itself. The threads are still salvageable, but yeah, these are not looking too good. These seals have been replaced, it seems. Maybe that's why they're so tight. Hopefully these aren't as tight. So this is what we got. Let's kind of clean off things and see what's up. The oil is really, really watery. I don't really like that too much. These look pretty good. Actually, these look nice. So I'm not sure if this engine is, what either uses a pill style or a puck style shim. I'll show you what I mean by that. You can probably see it better on this side. And they're a puck style. Your pill is smaller, obviously, than this, and it just fits right over the little valve end. But these are obviously the factory ones that are in there. Sometimes they switch them out when they do valve jobs, because sometimes these aren't available, as I've had the issue with my the GTR. So all these will come out. I will do my valve adjustment myself rather than trust anyone else. Get some specs, I'm sure, from something online, or factory specs, obviously. That's what we want. They're probably the same as the Nissan, you know, they say within 1 to 3,000. So, all right, let's try to get this head off. You can tell up here, you see stuff like this. That's oil buildup. Means their rings are shot. Pretty much everyone is like that. That's quite heavy, this one. This is... So, definitely gonna need some rings to be replaced. Let's, yeah, look how caked up it is in there. Here's our head. And same thing. A lot of carbon buildup, more than it should have. This has obviously got to be all cleaned up. But it doesn't look too bad. It just looks like our rings are shot. Look at the plugs. Just sopping. So that's that. Go ahead and take everything else down, or send it off to the machine shop, figure something out. Put new rings in there. I think that should be it. We'll also check everything else as well while we're there. Okay, flip the engine over. I'm gonna go ahead and take this pan off. I'm also going to take this lower pan off because I think we have to cut this out a little bit to fit this power steering rack. I see people cutting, you know, like 90 or rounded, but we'll figure that out when we get there. Seems to spin pretty free, which is a good sign. Now, flip it over, let it drain a little bit, package it up, send it out. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. Engine is all taken apart. Obviously you saw it. So I'm gonna probably bring this to local machine shop if I can find someone reputable around here. I've had really bad experiences with a couple shops around here. So I'll poke around, make some phone calls, and see if I can make any progress on that. If I can't, then I'm most likely gonna end up sending it out of state if I can find someone who knows about these. As long as I have my tolerances for my ring gaps, I think I should be good
or it'll at least give them a little idea of what we're dealing with, if it is a standard type of thing or not. So we'll play that by ear. Again, like I said, I'll make some phone calls, talk to the guys one-on-one. As far as the shell goes here, I don't think I'm going to do too much yet. I'm going to wait until the engine is fully assembled, and after that, then I'll test fit everything and make sure everything fits up. Then we'll go ahead and attack the bay, shave some things, paint it, put the engine back in, and then wire it up. But obviously, that'll take quite a while. When the winter comes, I'll make way more progress than I do now, because with work at its max and with summertime, I guess, I like to try to spend the time not in the garage. So I don't know. Stay tuned, and we'll see what's next. Thanks.